Hi everybody, it's Trisha, Knitting Lady. It's a beautiful day out today. It's almost 70. See the water out there? That's the Cape Fear River. Everybody's just going back and forth. It hasn't been too busy. So, hope everybody's having a good day. It's Trisha. See my work desk in the background there? I start work in less than 2 hours. So I figured I'd get a video out since I didn't come on yesterday. Was I off? Yeah, I was off work. And I kept busy all day, and I got home and I was tired. So anyway, so today's the 24th of February. Boy, in less than a week we'll be in March. And the positive quotation today is about sharing food, and it's by MFK Fisher. And I don't know who that is. Anyway, sharing food with another human being is an intimate act that should not be indulged in lightly. I live by myself, so I eat a lot by myself. I don't enjoy it, but that's the way it is. So when anybody wants to go out for breakfast or lunch, I'm like, I'm all in. So sometimes I'll, watch the videos or watch YouTube channels and eat. At least I feel like I'm eating with somebody. Isn't that terrible? But maybe not. Standing at the kitchen counter, we quickly gulp down a cup of coffee and breakfast bar. Well, I eat a breakfast. I can't go by with just a breakfast bar. Then rush off to work. Lunch may be a package of processed food we microwave and eat at our desk, or all too familiar burger from a fast food joint. Dinner, do we even have time for dinner? Even this event, the simplest food can seem like a feast. When we set the table, gather friends or family and sit down together to eat. We share our joys and our concerns as we share our food. I will make at least one meal today an occasion. I won't skimp on the service. I'll use a napkin, sit at the table, maybe even light a candle. Well, I don't know about that. But my mother, when my father was home, we always had a formal dinner. The table was always set. Well, to tell you the truth, even when we were younger, my mother would make sure we set the table and everything. As we got older, it got a little harder because we worked all different hours. So tomorrow is February 25th, and the quotation is about advice. Good advice is always certain to be ignored, but that's no reason not to give it. And that's by Agatha Christie. How many times have we done something stupid and wish that someone would have warned us before we did it? Well, sometimes they do warn us and we ignore them anyway. Probably not as many times as we were warned beforehand and did something stupid anyway. We often ignore good advice when we still need to hear it, and more than once. Sometimes it takes several times because good sense can sink in. Without being bossy or unpleasant, I will give advice when I think it's important, even if I risk irritating someone I like. I don't know about that. I'm not too much for offering my advice unless somebody asks for it. I'm just not pushy that way, maybe because I don't like it done to me. So yesterday, it was the anniversary of the first injection of the new polio vaccine in the United States. So a group of children from Arsenal Elementary in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, received the first injections of new polio vaccine. Isn't it awful? I write this stuff and then I can't read my handwriting. Yeah, yesterday was February 23rd. So Salk, man's name who came up with the vaccine, tested the vaccine on himself and his family. He had a wife and 3 sons in 1952. He administered the vaccine to children at 2 Pittsburgh area institutions beforehand, and he announced success to the nation on March 26, 1953. And there was a history to it. Unfortunately, polio was a very big concern before that. President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, came down with polio at the age of 39 in 1921. His legs were permanently paralyzed. And of course, they hid that. I could do a whole session on how they hid that from the public. You saw him standing up, which is very difficult for him, but you never saw that he could not walk or anything. They hid that very well. He didn't want to look like he was weak. That's why they did that. Now things have changed a bit, you know. Anyway, Salk did not patent the vaccine. He could have made a lot of money from that vaccine, but he didn't. The U.S. is considered vaccine-free since 1979. The disease still exists in some places and mainly affects children under 5. And with people coming, well, no, I don't want to get political. You know, people are trying to get in this country illegally and they're not vaccinated. So I know tuberculosis was considered an exempt, I shouldn't say exempt. It wasn't considered disease anymore. People who didn't have in the United States had tuberculosis, but that has changed. It has reappeared. So yesterday was the birthday of Dakota Fanning, the actress. She was born 1994. And Michael Dell, who invented Dell Computers, born in 1965. There are 10 times as many stars in the known universe as there are grains of sand in the world. Now, how do they count that? I could see them somehow counting stars, but how do they count grains of sand? I don't get it, but... And this is a weird bit of trivia. According to astronomers, what is the worst smelling planet? And that would be, and I had a laugh because you could almost guess this, Uranus. All right, I could go into that, I won't. Anyway, the clouds around Uranus contain hydrogen sulfide, which smells like rotten eggs and farts. And it comes from Uranus. And today is the birthday of Steve Jobs. He was born in 1955 and died of 2011. In fact, I have an Apple computer and an iPhone. Brilliant man, little weird, but aren't we all? The 50-star American flag was designed by an Ohio high school student for a class project. The teacher originally gave him a B-, but when the design of the flag was picked to actually be our flag, the teacher changed the grade. I should hope so. And what material is customarily stepped on at a Jewish wedding? I think a lot of people know this. That's glass. So as part of the wedding, as it comes to an end, a glass is wrapped in cloth and placed on cloth, is wrapped in cloth and placed under the chuppah, or bridal canopy. The groom is invited to step on the glass, to shatter it, and the congregation shouts "Mazel Tov" in congratulations. Mazel Tov. I think that's how you say it. Probably not giving it the right accent, but Breaking of glass holds multiple meanings. One of the meanings that it demonstrates that marriage holds sorrow as well as joy, and it is a representation of commitment to stand by one another even in hard times. And they had other meanings too, but that one stood out to me. So, I always remember that scene from Fiddler on the Roof. And plus, I've been watching reruns of The Nanny, so when she got married, Max had to step on the glass. Now, this was an interesting trivia that I found. Why do I get itchy nose when I start doing a video? I don't know. I'm not looking for a fight. Guantanamo Bay. So on this day in 1903, President Theodore Roosevelt, so you know, it's been a while, it's over 100 years ago, President Theodore Roosevelt signed agreement with Cuba to lease 45 square miles of land and water around Guantanamo Bay. These rights originally came from the 1903 Platt Amendment, which resulted from the American occupation of Cuba that began during the Spanish-American War. Oh, there we go with the itchy. I don't know about me. The rent is pretty high. It's $4,085 a month, but the former president of Cuba, Fidel Castro, refused to cash the checks. I think they cashed one check by accident. He did not like the Americans being there. So it's one of the most expensive prisons in the world. The U.S. spends between $9.5 to $13 million per year on each prisoner, and currently there are 40 inmates. The prison has cost the taxpayers $6 billion since it was established by the Bush administration. And that's beginning, when was 9/11? 2001. So after that, the prison was established there. Close to 6,000 people live there. It includes 1,800 troops, sailors, mostly American sailors, and a third of that are residents that live there, that work there. That includes their families, the families of American sailors, long-term contractors, and children. About 250 school-age children attend to K-9 school system run by the Department of Defense. They also have a McDonald's. Did you see the latest? This was a joke because we had the landing on the Mars of the Perseverance, and someone posted online. Here's pictures. They had sent back photos of Mars. One of them was a picture of McDonald's on Mars. I thought that was funny. I'll give them enough space. Give them enough time. There will be a McDonald's on Mars. So they have a McDonald's, a 9-hole golf course. I don't know what they have. They don't have an 18-hole. Beaches, a bowling alley, and a chapel complex. So we have 40 prisoners. Most of them are terrorists, but that's an expensive prison. So that's the story about Guantanamo Bay. And that's about it for today. I am still asking, does anybody have any advice on a camera? Because I'm still using my phone. And I'd like to buy a camera instead. I'm not getting any feedback, please. I would appreciate it. I don't care if you think your advice is lousy. It probably isn't. You know more than I do. And also, I was going to do a video of the yarn I have. I was looking for something to crochet yesterday. I'm making a rug out of the cotton yarn I have, and I have it all separated in categories according to weight. And I'm looking through some of it. I'm going, boy, it was like yarn shopping. It's like, oh, I forgot I had this. I forgot I had that. So if anybody would like me to do a video with the yarn I have, I'll do one category at a time. I won't make it too long. Just let me know. It should be fun. Now, this is not yarn I want to give away. It's yarn I want to keep for myself. And I'm trying to use it up. So I'm just going to make projects for the particular yarn I have. So that's about it. Nothing more is going on except work. And hopefully it will stay nice for a while because I have off Friday and I want to take a little road trip. So take care, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.